Shorter events, they just don't compare.
You have to do this race in 52 days.
Almost 5,000 kilometers.
When you do that kind of event, you enter into a different mindset.
What can go wrong in those kind of races?
This is really safe because it's in the city. It's not like going into Himalayas and then if you can't climb anymore, you just die.
If you start meditating, it's a really, really powerful tool. And it can be used for many things, for business, for sports.
Hey guys, the English cast will start in a couple of minutes after a short introduction in Bulgarian. Здравейте, приятели! Днешният епизод за мен е доста специален, тъй като имам няколко госта в студиото. Един от които е, може би, най-известният бегач на 3100 мили в света, Андрея Меркато. Той през последните години прави нещо невероятно, нещо много специално. В така нареченото най-дълго състезание в света, 3100 мили Self-Transcendence Run, организиран от Ширичин Мой, той успява да финишира пръв. Успява да спечели това състезание 5 години поред. До него по време на интервюто застава също още един участник с над 20 участия, или точно 20 участия на същото състезание, Ананда Лахари, който за жалост ми е трудно да му произнеса и запомня името, но ще го видите в подкаста. И разбира се, човекът, който ги води в България за поредна година, Бариди Йончев, който организира 10-дневно състезание в София, 10-дневен Ширичен Мой Self-Transcendence Run, който се провежда в момента, между другото, в парка. Надявам се този епизод да ви хареса наистина. Аз изключително много се забавлявах по време на снимането на епизода. Целият ден беше така една малка лудница около мене. Бях с децата през деня, тичахме напред-назад. Накрая децата бяха с мен и присъстваха на този епизод и успяха да видят баща си как интервюра едни от най-добрите в света в този спорт. И за финал имаме една малка изненада. Последните 3-4 минути правим една медитация на живо в подкаста. Тази медитация, за да все пак да не е съвсем скучно, ще пуснем една малка музичка от тези югийските музики, така че каня ви да се присъедините към нас. Успокойте се в края на подкаста, затворете очи и следвайте медитацията. Благодаря ви много, надявам се да ви хареса. Бариди, thank you for bringing those nice people to Bulgaria. You are now organizing a 10-day race in Sofia in Bulgaria. And those gentlemen are gonna run the race, your race, right?
Yes. It's the Shirichin Moi 10-day race in Sofia.
Yeah.
This is the 4th edition. We organize it in the St. Peter and Pavel Park in Sofia.
Yep.
And we are very happy to have these amazing runners. These are two of the amazing runners that come. And it's basically the first multi-day in Bulgaria. We started it in 2021 with a 6-day race. It was just invitational, but it went so well, and we feel that Bulgaria is a good location for that kind of events, and we are very happy to have something like this.
Nice. Well, thank you very much, and I'm gonna let the gentlemen introduce yourself. So first, you.
Hello everybody, my name is Andrea Mercato, I'm from Italy. I am an ultra distance runner since 20 years, and my longest distance that I completed is the 3100 Shirichin Moi Self-Transcendence race in New York, and I was lucky enough that I did very well. I won it for 5 times in a row, and it's almost 5,000 kilometers.
Nice. That's an impressive CV.
Thank you.
And okay, thank you. And your name? And
I'm Ananda Lahari Zushchin. I'm from Slovakia, 49 years old, and I also love these super long distance races. I ran 20 times 3,100 mile race, which is held in New York, and 1 year it was in Salzburg. I completed 6 of them. Others I was too slow. I stayed until the end, but I couldn't make the distance.
Yeah, so instead of 31,000 miles, maybe you run 29,000.
Or
okay.
27.
27, 25. Yeah, okay. Good enough. Dynafos е официален партньор на Hill Season Podcast. С тяхната професионална техника и експертиза успяваме да създадем висококачествено видео и аудио съдържание, което достига до вас всяка седмица. Благодарение на това партньорство можем да споделяме вълнуващите истории за планинско бягане по възможно най-добрият начин. Dynafos, вашият надежден партньор в света на фотографията. Ние, като планински бегачи, имаме всякакъв вид функционална екипировка. Но какво нямаме? Нямаме марка дрехи, с които да комуникираме, че сме част от тази общност в ежедневието си. Тук идва Edelmind. Edelmind е лайфстайл бранд, с който гордо можем да кажем: аз съм планински бегач, дори и в офиса. Може да видите новата колекция свитчери и тениски на edelmind.com, а ако използвате код HEALSEASON, ще получите 5% отстъпка в артикулите, които си закупите. Okay, so let's talk about the format. So this is a loop course, and already I'm gonna give the microphone to you. Can you explain the format? This is in a park. It's a loop. How long is the loop, and how many times do they do it? And
well, it's a loop race. The loop is long. The length is 785 meters.
Okay.
And the race is, the course is open all day and all night, so the runners can do as many laps as they want, as they can, and every lap is counted. So the more loops they do, the better they get. And this is the races that we organize from the Shishima Marathon team. Normally it's like a loop race, and it creates a very specific environment. In a way, it's easier to organize, and on the other hand, everybody is together. Like, for example, if somebody is very fast, he can be like hundreds of miles before somebody else, but they're still together. So they run together. And maybe the runners, they can share their experiences in that kind of races. So, that's pretty much it.
That's actually a good segue to speak about your last event, guys. You come from New York. 2 days ago, you finished another 10-day ultra marathon. How did it go?
Yes, I mean, in my case, I was kind of lucky. So I won the race recently. It was a 10-day race in New York from 17 to 27 April. And I was really happy. Everything went well. And I'm really satisfied with this format, these loop races, because it helps definitely the performance and also the logistic in a way. So imagine if you would run like on a line from one point to the other, it's way more difficult to have a support crew with you. But the loop race, it makes it much easier, you know. And also it's a certified loop, so if in case you do some record, it's certified. And I really like this format, and what Barit is putting up here in Bulgaria is really nice, because it favors the performance in a way. So I'm really happy.
Did you manage to put a record?
No, I didn't do
this time, or
not this time. I didn't do my PB, but I went close. And you know, there are so in a such long distance race, there are so many factors which can affect the performance, such as the weather condition or your own like physical. If you're not 100%, it's very easy somehow to lose few miles, few kilometers here and there. So the PB is not like a marathon that you can expect more or less what you're gonna do. But it's a little bit more unpredictable somehow. So you really have to find like the perfect situation, like weather condition and physical condition as well, mental, emotional condition. So you really, it's not easy to do your PB somehow. But definitely it's a very nice experience. It's a very long journey, and I would really suggest to anybody who is interested to try. I mean, there are short range races, like the shortest is the 6-day race, which Bardi organized here in Bulgaria.
Short is 6 days.
Actually, I mean the 6-day race is really an official, the very last official distance, which is certified complete. In a way, there are also world championship of 6-day race.
I understand. Back in history, this kind of long distance races, they started in the 17th, 18th century, I think.
Exactly.
And until 18th, 19th century, it was like a festival. You get in a stadium or whatever was there available, and everybody's paying a ticket and go look those guys that are running for 6 days.
Yes, in a way, it was like going to the zoo. In a way,
to the circus.
To the circus, It was called officially. It was like from 18th century, I guess, and it was the name was pedestrianism.
Yes.
So people were allowed to run and walk, because in this kind of races, it's extremely hard to run all the time. So sometimes you switch to a fast walking, to a race walk, to recover, and then you start running again somehow. And then after 200 years gap, somehow in the 70s, Suchimoy, which was a meditation teacher and like he was teaching meditation. He kind of revived this whole movement together with Ted Corbett, which was the American father of ultra distance running.
Okay.
So they cooperate together, and also with the New York marathon event team. And then they revive this kind of events, which is amazing somehow. It gives the opportunity to people to really to go within yourself and to see what your body and your mind is capable of.
Yeah, that's
so
amazing.
It's a really it's a long journey, and then it's astounding because you will never say you can run. People will never imagine you can run 1,000 kilometers, for example, in 10 days, like 100 kilometers every day. But it's quite doable, I would say, for most of the people. To go up, so it's another thing.
As an ultramarathon myself,
yes.
If you tell me, okay, run 24 hours, do 100 kilometers,
yes,
I can go out now and just do 100 kilometers, no problem. Maybe I will do it on the next day as well. Maybe.
Yes.
But I cannot imagine anything more than that at this time. You know, it's like impossible. I cannot comprehend this. Right?
Yes. No, but the fact that you cannot imagine, because first of all, you never tried.
And I've actually done a 240 kilometer mountain race in 67 hours. And this is also beyond my comprehension, even though I've done it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know how you do it, guys, but
I think you just try it and then you will see. And plus, this is really safe because it's in the city. People are around you. It's not like going into Himalayas and then if you can't climb anymore, you just die. Here, if you are tired, you just stay in bed and you just don't continue, but you are safe. Yes,
there is nothing
dangerous
to happen. Yeah. The worst thing is that you have to come back next year.
Yes.
Try to do it again.
Yeah, the worst is that you don't do your kilometers enough, which is not tragedy at all.
Yeah, of course.
Ако сте стигнали до тук, това означава, че този подкаст ви харесва. Аз и моите гости сме ви интересни и вие се намирате на точното си място. Ако сте спортист или просто искате да започнете да се движите повече, да развивате физическата си и психическата си сила през обликът на спорта, то наистина вие сте на правилното си място. Това е идеалният момент да ме последвате във всички социални мрежи и да се абонирате за този подкаст. Може да го намерите в YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, а отскоро даже и в TikTok. Само така мога да преценя дали този подкаст се харесва на хората и дали биха желали да получат още. Всеки петък в 8 часа качвам нов епизод, който може да ви бъде отличен спътник в съботното бягане или тренировка. Но това не е всичко. Искам да ви поканя да се включите в две невероятни състезания, за които аз помагам да се организират. Първото е Тракия Ултра, което ще се проведе на 30 май в село Широка лъка. Тази година ви очакват трасета, подходящи за абсолютно всички, както за начинаещи, така и за напреднали. Но да не забравяме и невероятните пейзажи в Родопите. То ще се проведе между 22 и 24 август в град Асеновград и е едно от най-дългите и най-стари състезания в България. А за да бъдете напълно готови за Персенко Ултра, ви препоръчваме да участвате в Тракия Ултра като тренировъчно изпитание. И накрая, но не последно, стартирахме нов канал за комуникация между феновете на този подкаст, на Персенко Ултра, на Тракия Ултра, на всички планински бегачи и всички активни хора в България, които желаят да спортуват, да знаят нещо повече за спорта в България и в света. Добре дошли в Aid Station Discord сервер. Място, където може да споделяте истории, да задавате въпроси, да се свързвате с други бегачи, да правим социални събирания, да говорим за тренировки, състезания и други належащи за нас теми. Линковете за всичко това може да намерите в бележките към този епизод. Надявам се да се видим на събитията и да се свържем на живо и онлайн. Очаквам ви.
I would like just to add, because these two boys, they're exceptional, but also we have like the minimum distance, this is the rules of our race, is 27 miles, which is like 43 kilometers. So of course, like if somebody is very talented and motivated, inspired to do it, they can do a lot.
Yeah,
but
like 150 or 200.
Yes, but if somebody wants to do like just to have the experience, and also this year you tip your toe, and you test it. It's not crazy.
What was the minimum again?
27 miles, which is like 43 kilometers.
Are there
Which is like a
people
marathon.
that go and do just 27 miles every day and stop?
Yes. I mean, normally in the beginning they do more, but then they gradually go down. And we have people who have like modest compared to some others, you know, but they have wonderful experience because, as Andrea pointed out, you know, it's a test because no matter what your capacity is, if you extend it, then you find something about yourself, not only physical, but I did a little bit of this, you know, like a 6-day race I've done, and what I found out is that it's you when you do that kind of event. You enter into a different mindset, and then you find many things about yourself. It's a very, in a way, it's sobering, and it can be hard, but also it's very rewarding. So the philosophy of our marathon team is self-transcendence. So no matter what your capacity is, if your goal is self-transcendence, then you get satisfaction and then you make progress. And the progress is the goal. It's not like to win against somebody. Yeah. But to win against your own limitations. Of course, you compete with the others, that's normal, but you use them like an inspiration. It's not like you don't want to destroy your competition, you want to work with it, you know. Yeah, and it's, so this is we feel, this is, at least this is the philosophy of the Shuchima Marathon team, is to work for self-transcendence. And basically this is our goal. As Andrea pointed out, Shuchimo started the team many years ago, and we try to serve the runners, you know, to give them the best conditions, to the top athletes, to the most
to everybody.
To everybody. Exactly.
I guess there are not a lot of people that do those kind of things. So, for example, in tomorrow's race in Sofia, how many people are registered to do it?
For both races this year, we have 30 people.
Both races means 6 days.
6 and 10-day race. Okay. Yes. On Saturday, the 10-day race starts on the 3rd of May,
and there are 30 people.
For the 10-day race, it's around 20 people.
20, okay.
Yes,
and 30 for the 6-day.
No, it's less. It's 30 total, both races.
Total. Okay.
Yes, total. Yes, and much fewer choose the 6-day race in here for some reason.
I see.
They prefer the long one.
How many of them are local Bulgarians and how many are traveling?
We have 3 Bulgarians now.
I see. So most people are traveling.
Yes, we have. It's quite international. We have Italy, Slovakia, Estonia, Finland, Australia. We have a very good runner, Annabelle. She's coming from Australia.
Are all of those foreigners coming from the New York race?
No, just a few.
No.
Just a few.
Just a few. So there are more than 2 guys that are coming from a 10-day race 2 days ago.
There is one more from Czech Republic, as far as I know.
How many guys were there in New York last year? This last race?
It's a little bit bigger event. I would say maybe 50 people altogether. But also they added a 3-day race. This year was special. So normally it is just 2 races. It is 6-day race and a 10-day race. This year it was 3 races. It was 3-day race, 72 hours, 6-day race, and 10-day race. They created the 3-day race, the 72 hours, exactly to inspire people, like to give a little bit, like, you know, an idea. Even if 6 days is a lot, could seems a lot, then people can try the 3 days.
Yeah. So
and there is, if I can say, there is one really nice story from this 3-day race that there was one runner girl in her 50s, American, and she donated her 1 kidney. She donated part of her liver, and she never ran any multi-day races, this super long distance, but she was really attracted. So she wanted to try a 3-day race. So she ran 3-day race, and she was so excited that it starts its first 3-day race and 10-day race, they start together.
Yeah.
When 3 days end, finishes, next day start 6-day race.
Okay.
And 6-day race and 10-day race, they finish on the same time.
Yeah.
So she completed 3-day race. She had 1 day break, and then she started 6-day race unplanned. She wanted to do only 3-day race.
Yeah.
So she did 3-day and then 6-day. And then she had to travel over 6 hours by car on her own home to Vermont. And next day she worked as a teacher. And on Saturday she's running a marathon in Pittsburgh somewhere. It's also a nice story with other people who donated some, and with doctors who who do this.
Amazing.
Like.
I forgot my next questions.
Sorry.
This is amazing. Okay, so from what I get, shorter events, they just don't compare, because there is another event that's happening in the other part of Bulgaria, in a town called Ruse. It's a 24-hour event in a stadium, but basically those just don't compare at all. Is that correct?
No, because let's say a 24-hour event, even a 48-hour event, it is just limited to 1 day or 2 days. This what Bardi is organizing here and what we just did in New York. It's called really like multi-day event.
Yeah.
So that suppose that the shortest is the 6-day race. You can call a multi-day event is a 6-day race.
I see.
Yeah, and it's a certified, and there is the word.
Yeah, because that's the challenge, right? The multi-day, you go sleep a few hours and then wake up and do it again.
Exactly.
And again and again.
Yeah, and it's a totally different kind of mindset or even approach or body type, whatever, from the 24-hour race. You find very performative athlete in the 24-hour race. For example, what Sorokin is doing now, like new records
flying.
And so on. They can push it. The multi-days event, it's more like mental, and you really have to dig within yourself and also to manage your energy for an extended period of time very wisely, because many people do like the mistake to start very fast, for example, because they feel good, they feel well, and after 2 or 3 days they have such a downfall, and then they have just to walk till the end. So it's very difficult you learn how to manage yourself.
So what
better.
can go wrong in those kind of races? So from my experience, the things that stop you are like, the things that don't stop you but are annoying are chafing, blisters. They don't stop you, but they just annoy you until the end. But the longest I've done are like 2.5 days in the mountains. Yeah. What can stop you in this kind of event?
No, okay. There is no health risk, whatever. It's just that what can stop you is you realize that you yourself are the number one enemy. So the way you approach the race, and again for a novice, it's like the common mistake is to start a little bit too fast, or not forecast what is going to happen. It's gonna belittle you, because you're gonna have so much cramps or so much blisters that you cannot perform after 3 or 4 days. It's very difficult to go on. So worst case scenario, you just walk around or you take breaks and everything slow down somehow. You lose a little bit of motivation, but still if you manage to go on till the end, you may reach a point where actually the body heals itself and you pick it up again and you start doing well again. Yeah. This is why that even the 10-day gives more opportunity. Even if you have some difficult period, you still can pick it up in the end of the race. Yeah. Let's say maybe you do well day number 1, 2 and 3, then you have a little crisis day number 4, 5, 6, and then again day number 7 you start to do well again, because you understand what you did wrong, like you were going too fast, you got this blister, so you start to implement some things that can help you to finish the race.
But still, what can go wrong? I mean,
it's
like your body shuts down, or
worst case scenario is that you get extremely tired somehow, and you need to sleep more. So this is what can go wrong. Nothing else.
Yeah. So you, like you say, you have been running the 3,100-mile race 20 times. And maybe you're sleeping a little bit longer, you're walking more than running, and this just adds up, right?
Yes. And with these blisters, I would like to say that in shorter races, you can kind of like ignore it, and then you finish the race and your feet are quite bad. But in these multi-day races, you are trying to deal with problems at the beginning. When you get a blister, you try to fix it. There are people always who know what to do. And
you have a medical team, like
yes.
300 meters across the field.
You don't leave it without... You have to be aware of what is happening in your body more. And on the way you are learning more about yourself, which is very precious, that even if you are not doing well, still it can be self-transcendence, because there are so many levels and layers.
Yeah, of course.
That we have fear, we have doubts, we have maybe insecurity, and this nobody sees, you know, that you have to transcend yourself on this level. You don't make more kilometers, but you are a winner anyway. And it's very precious. And I have like one friend of mine, he runs these races, and he's very slow, he's quite like big, suffers a lot, that he sleeps a lot, then he feels miserable. Because the goal is, in this 10-day race, to run as much as possible, to do as many kilometers or miles as possible. This is the goal. So it's up to you. If you sleep a lot, then you have less chance to make kilometers. Yeah. So like he says, yeah, I sleep a lot, then I'm sore, I'm slow, I'm last. But then I come home, I look at the mirror, in the mirror on myself, and I see, it was part of going there. You see in your face something change, something precious.
This is the type 2 fun that we're doing here, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, type 1 is you get drunk, you go on drugs. It's immediate. Type 2 is when you get back home, you're happy. Yes. Yeah, that's the type 2 fun. All right. Well, have you been to the medical tent then? Are you going there often during a race like that? Are you doing it like once per day, multiple times per day?
Can I say, sorry? Yes, these guys, they never go.
Okay, so a question for you then. How many times in the 30 people that are going to come to the race, how many times during the day the medical tent is occupied?
It depends. Of course, with the days, it gets busier. More experienced runners, they tend not to spend time there, because it's very easy to lose your time there when you spend so much time. And they try to be always on the move. You know, they fix, like Ananda Lahari said, you know, you feel something, you fix it immediately and you go. But if you're not experienced, of course, you suffer, then you need to spend some more time. So so far with us, it doesn't get too busy, but like in the middle of the race, towards the end, you know, people, they want more massage, you know, to feel like we have like people doing these treatments. They need some like supplements, you know, things like this. So it gets busier, but I cannot say like there is like time that there is a big line or something like this in the medical.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. Let's go to the 3,100 miles race in New York. Now, I have a question, and maybe for you mostly because you've been there for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Are there 20 years in a row without any gaps?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so how is life during this kind of event? You wake up, you go to sleep.
Yes, this race in New York, which is 3,100 mile race, which is about 5,000 kilometers, it's a little bit different than these 10-day races. 10 days. There is the schedule. The start of the race is every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. Everybody has to be on the start, and they close the race at midnight. So you have these 18 hours to cover as many kilometers, miles as possible. You don't have these 24 hours in your disposal. So, and you have this 6-hour rest, but it's not really 6-hour rest, because you come home, you want to do some exercises, a little bit stretching, shower. So you get, I don't know, different people, different time, between 4 or 5 hours sleep. Some people even less. And then next day you are there at 6 o'clock in the morning again. If you
maybe you're getting an Airbnb just across the finish line, right? To minimize travel between the finish line and your accommodation, your hotel.
It's there is accommodation in rented places around the race. It's not somewhere staying at the race place. Yeah. And if people want, they drive them by car. Some runners, they ride a bicycle. Every morning, every evening, it's like up to 5 minutes riding a bicycle from the race. You finish running
this year, this race has been up for more than 50 years, right?
30.
I would guess that there are plenty of guest houses that are expecting the runners.
In New York City functions somehow that there is people are moving all the time, so there are always some parts of the house that they rent, and they or kind of like a hostel or Airbnb. So in this way,
And
or at friend's place. Yeah.
it's a residential area there. It's not like Manhattan or something
Yeah,
like this. It's in Queens.
But it's in the middle of the city. Yes.
Yeah. So you wake up, start at 6 o'clock, and then you start doing clubs. Where do you get breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Yes, the
showers, bathrooms, talk with your wives and relatives?
Yeah, the setup is very similar to what Bardi is organizing here in the park in Sofia. The only difference is that there is this break from midnight to 6 a.m. But the setup is the same. In a way, there is a medical tent also there. There is food. They provide food anytime. Basically, they give they provide breakfast, lunch, dinner, but also in between you can have snacks if you need to eat. You know, the organization always provide. And it's also, normally we are not so many. We are talking about 10 or 12, maximum 13 runners.
Yes.
So it's kind of a small event than what Bardi is organizing here. So it's easy to take care of. It's easier to take care about the runner, to provide them food, massage, medical treatment, whatever they need.
So it's not like a catering company. It's like going to McDonald's and purchasing 10 burgers.
No. There is a kitchen and they do proper food. Like normally it's good
They
quality
cook.
food, and so they have care actually.
It's actually, our races are entirely volunteers. You know, people volunteer their time, and here in New York and also here we have people from different countries. They come and they like their service they offer. They offer service like with the cooking and cleaning and counting and things like this, and this creates actually a very special atmosphere. You know, this is like a community. It becomes.
I have to say, I have to brag a little that Srichen, my marathon team, has like a reputation of having really good service. And there was now in New York one runner from India, and he ran a lot of races, these multi-day races, 6-day race, 10-day race around the world in America, many of them, New Jersey, Arizona, I think, and Australia and Mexico, Hungary, and he says that we have by far the best food.
Nice.
That in all races in Bulgaria, in New York, you don't have time, that you have nothing to eat. I'm not saying in other races, but it is very high standard. And there could be question, what do you eat during these races? You eat there like in a regular day, just you eat more. So you have like breakfast, cooked lunch, cooked dinner, in between snacks, fruits, juices,
like normal,
tea,
everyday New York food.
Yes, coffee,
Pizza.
Hot chocolate.
Whatever. And then you get next to your favorite guy and start chatting, I guess, for a few hours, then move on to the next guy.
This happens too. When you have the same speed, then there is chatting. But Andrea, he's the fastest runner.
He's always...
So he says like 2 words in a day, or I mean, like he's really...
No, let's say if I am in a performative mood, I try to be within myself. I am in my own world, and I don't speak much. I just say hello or just few words, and then I keep checking my pace. And
everybody has different
everybody
goals.
has a different attitude, different goals.
Of course, that's amazing. And you won this event 5 times in a row.
Yes, I was lucky enough and blessed enough.
And I think you have the 3rd fastest time ever, no?
Yes.
What's the 3rd fastest time ever?
So the race started in 1997. So it's 28th edition. We did 28, and in this 28th year there is a world ranking of people who did the race in a shortest amount of time. So there is world record by Finnish runner. It's called Aspriano Halto. He has the world record with 40 days and few hours. Then there is another gentleman from Germany, Madu Pranchuer, and then it's me. So I have the 3rd best time in the world of this race.
Nice.
And I got it for just 1 minute and 20 seconds. So it was dramatic. Like that year, it was 2021. And on the very last lap...
you mean the 4th guy is 1 minute slower than you?
Exactly. So this is also extremely rare because it's such a long distance race.
Days in between.
Yes, it never happened. It could be few hours, let's say.
When did you know that you're gonna hit?
Well, on the very last day.
It's like day 41. You understand that it's very close.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, something like this. So not even because I didn't even know if I could manage, because it's a matter of, you know, just one little stop at the restroom and then you miss it.
Yeah, of course.
So I have my own helper and support crew. He's an Italo-American. It's called Harpan De Angelo. So he was checking all the statistics of the race, and then he realized I was very close to this third best time. So he told me, okay, now you have to do this lap in this time and this. So he was kind of giving me always feedback.
Yeah.
That what happened the last 2 hours.
In the last 2 hours?
Yes. So imagine you're going to finish and nobody understood why I kept pushing like crazy. Because anyhow, you know, the second guy was 1 or 2 days behind. So normally at the end of the race, you just relax.
Yeah.
And you just wait until you finish. But still I was pushing.
Yeah, you have until 24 o'clock, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So still I was pushing like anything, and people didn't understand why I was kind of rushing. And then, but I knew that I was close to this time, and finally it happened. I was surprised because...
That's special.
Yes,
That's
yes.
special.
I was really surprised. I surprised myself because at that time, you know, after almost 5,000 kilometers, you don't think, you say, oh, I have to push, you know, again. It's not like in the marathon that they say, you know, run the extra mile. You know, when you train to get stronger, you do a little bit more. But to run the extra mile there is really something, because you are cooked at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it can be on the other side that 52 days, you have to do this race in 52 days. This is maximum. After 52 days, it's over.
Yeah.
So
he finishes in 42 days, but the maximum is
52. And there were few runners like this, but you have also one runner from Bulgaria.
Oh, Todor.
Yeah, Todor. And he was very close of finishing it or not finishing it.
Oh.
He had some stomach problems for some longer time, so he couldn't really run fast enough. And then towards the end, it was very dramatic that I think the whole Bulgaria he was getting lots of messages of support.
Yeah, I remember there was a campaign in our Facebook groups. We were sending SMS messages and Facebook messages to Todor and encouraging him. I remember this. I think what I remember is like we had a daily board, or not board, but like a daily challenge to send him something. And there were a few people that were just like, hey Todor, what's up? And that's it. That's how I remember it, but I'm not sure. Can you please tell what happened in the last day?
It was not even last day, but last days. They were even saying, oh, he cannot make it. But he somehow picked up the speed. And there you could see, I think he was a captain on the boat, no? Like in the past. He's really, that he could stay like calm, and he could really manage to not to push too hard, so that when you push too hard, then you just kind of crash and you have to start walking or something. But he could keep it on the edge, that he could keep running the same thing that he needed to complete the race.
It was amazing because he didn't give up, because as you pointed, like many people were saying, oh, this is not possible, because he got like 5 days or 4 days before he got some stomach problem and he did very low mileage, and then it looked very desperate. And then he did it, and he finished, I think, 40 minutes before the cutoff time, which is basically a photo finish. Somebody calculated, he told me that somebody calculated that if he had run every mile 1 second slower, he wouldn't have been able to finish.
Wow.
So, 31,000 seconds.
That's a race.
That's amazing.
Okay.
If I could say maybe one little short thing, that these races are very special in this, that during the race you may kind of suffer and struggle. But this is like a really long-term thing. It's like, for me, myself, I started in 2005 running this 5,000 kilometer race, or 3,100. It's like a seed inside you. And over the years, it grows into a beautiful flower that you start valuing this experience more, but also things in life more, and to have more gratitude and love for yourself, love for others, which is really changing the nature. It's very, very precious. And other things, yes, like positive.
Well, that's a very good segue. I would also like to chat about the Chinmoy organization and what is the organization trying to do, and the spirituality of all of it. Maybe Baridi, can you tell us the short story of the organization?
Well, the marathon team was founded by Sri Chinmoy, and he comes from India. And he's a spiritual man. He practices meditation, and also he was teaching meditation. And in the late 70s, he started. He was always active, but in the late 70s, he started trying to do like running marathons and some ultra marathons. And he encouraged us and everybody to be more active. So this is an amazing combination between spirituality, because people think meditation is something static or something passive. But his approach was like very dynamic. Yeah. Okay, you everybody meditates. You meditate in peace. Every day. But then you go in life and then you practice. And then what you experience. So this was his way of teaching, and then he encouraged us to start organizing that kind of events.
But how does it come from meditation and running meditation to 31,000 miles? That's a long stretch.
Step by step.
Step by step.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Self-Transcendence.
how does this idea came up at all?
Yeah, the thing is that Sri Chinmoy, he advocates kind of that we have to use kind of like both hands. One hand is inner life, another hand is outer life. We don't want to be isolated or separated from the world. It's good to practice meditation, but then it's good to bring it into your daily life, whatever we do and wherever we are. And there is this another aspect of self-transcendence, that you are trying to go beyond your capacities. Again, for everyone, it's different thing. He sees that for humanity, it is possible to do these events, and like Andrea especially is the proof that you just run into it, and it's mind-blowing. It's like there are no limits. But for somebody else, self-transcendence could be that they never really did any sport, people, and they start walking, and they do, let's say, every day 3 kilometers walking. Nobody sees it, but for that person it's big achievement. So this is like we are on the stage, lights are on us, you see, okay, this is big self-transcendence, but there are millions of stories unseen, unheard, and it's the same achievement. So yes, Sri Chinmoy saw this potential in human nature, I would say. Yeah. And he was encouraging, and he brought these races, and first it was like breathtaking, and then people did it, and it's like, yeah, it's not so as difficult as it looks, and it's possible, and yes.
When somebody does it, then it becomes common. Like 20 years ago, that kind of races, this was unheard of. Very, very few people were doing that kind of events. And now, like for example, also Bulgaria, there are very good, healthy ultra marathon community. Bulgaria is one of the few countries that are organizing a multi-day event. So, as Ananda Lahari pointed out, capacity expands. So, when you try and you work on it, and then
at the same time, I want just to add that it was an incremental step, an incremental process. So the first races, they were like 47 mile, for example. Then there was this wave with the Ted Corbett that he was organizing like 6-day race event, because they revived it from the past. Then Sri Chinmoy brought it up to 10-day race. Then there was the Ultra Trio, you remember? There was the 700 mile race, 1,000 mile race, and 1,300 mile race. And then he brought it up to 27, the first edition was 27,000 mile race. And then the ultimate step was 3,100 mile race. Yeah. So let's say in 30 or 40 years, in 20 years, because 20, 25 years, it was always increasing. It was never like a huge gap, you know, a huge leap from 100 mile to 3100 mile race.
The waters
That,
for a few years.
Exactly.
Stretch.
So it was always a further step somehow. And this is what self-transcendence is about. Like, yes, you see nowadays people are shocked by the big number, but there was a process. So you always do the next step, which is close to your physical, but mostly also mental capability. Because Suchimo used to say you have to overcome your mental fear. You know, many people, we have the capacity. The human body is super strong. We don't know it, but it's extremely a strong machine. What we have. Most of the time we are trapped by the mind. We believe, oh, I can't do this, I can't go that far, oh, what will happen if. So the mind always put a limit, but the self-transcendence and together with the meditation open up this opportunity, and then you see that you can do it. You don't have necessarily to skip from A to Z. You just go for the next step closest to you. So we are lucky enough that we follow up the whole process somehow, and some of us are extremely lucky. And myself, I did a quantum leap in a way. I did just 2-time 10-day race, and then I skipped to the 3100 mile race. But let's say most of the ultra distance runners in our community did all the intermediate steps. So like 1000 mile race, 700 mile race. So it was a process, an evolution somehow.
So I wanna go back to the spirituality of it. So from what I understand is that when you try to challenge yourself to think of something beyond your imagination, like those kind of phrases for me are beyond. So you're saying that the teachings of Sri Chinmoy, he's saying that, okay, it's possible, you just need to open your mind. And by doing those events, you actually prove to yourself that it is possible. And then this translates to other parts of your life as well. I guess that's the ultimate goal, right? Not just running, but in your life, in your mind, that anything is possible.
You say the mind, but we try not to use the mind because the mind is tricky. It's a tool that is very helpful to us, but also it can put limits. So that's why meditation comes, because you try to calm the mind, and these capacities come from something deeper. When it comes from deeper, then it comes to the mind, and then the minds can accept them. But initially, most of us, our mind is putting blocks. So meditation is, you become calm. Like, for example, we meditate, we call it the spiritual heart, which is like the center where everybody has a heart, we say it, we feel something in the heart. So when you're peaceful, then this you overcome your self-doubt, and the mind, it's much more easier to overcome it. And then I'm sure they can share when you run and then meditation teaches you how not to listen to the mind or even go beyond, but I guess they can share
Andrea,
more.
You said in our pre-podcast conversation, you said that you started meditating a few years ago, and it was life-changing for you.
Yes.
Yeah. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was life-changing because, for example, I had a quite unhealthy lifestyle somehow. I was drinking, smoking, as most of teenagers. They take like the wrong way in life, and then I felt I should look for something because it was not sustainable, my way of living. And then I started to go deep within. I was reading about Buddhism, philosophy, and so on. Myself, I am a Christian. I was born and raised as a Christian, and still there was something that I didn't understand. So I wanted to experience spirituality in a practical way, and then I found Sri Chinmoy philosophy, which really fits to what I believe it's a good lifestyle. So we wake up early in the morning. I meditate every morning at 6 a.m. I am vegetarian since 20 years, so no meat, no fish, and I really see the difference somehow. I feel the body works better in a way. I can deal. I don't have this emotional temper that I used to have before, so I can manage my emotion with people, with my relatives. Everything changed for the better. So, and plus the sport activities, this dynamism that Svichimoy brought, what Bardi was talking about, it really makes sense for the Western way of life somehow. If you go to India or some east part of the world, they just meditate. So it's just they just sit and try to go into this meditative trance and so on. But for us that we live in the West, Svichimoy felt that we need also this dynamism, and running is the best tool somehow for, to keep the body fit and to be able to face the challenges of the world, because we have to work, we have a regular job, we have a normal life.
Yep.
So beside the meditation, we also have a normal life. We are not monks somehow. So that was the thing. And Bardi was saying, our meditation, for example, I concentrate in the spiritual heart. Now, I guess I can talk about chakra. Everybody knows what more or less chakra is.
Educate me.
Yes. So the chakras are the so-called, there are 7 main chakras in the body. It's like a spiritual part of your body. You don't see them. It's not connected to the physical body, but it's a spiritual center. So there are 7 main chakra, like, people talk about the third eye, or there is the upper chakra here at the top of the head. We meditate on the Anahata chakra. It's the heart chakra, which is the safest. Let's say you don't have any trouble, and you always find what you really need. We believe in the soul, so-called soul, or you can call it spirit, you can call it your angel, whatever it is. We believe that God is inside you and is guiding you through your heart somehow. So this is the safest place where to concentrate on. And through this part, you always you come up and you illumine what Bardi was saying. You illumine the mind, the fears, the insecurity, the doubt, and so on. So it can really be life-changing.
Yeah.
Like if you start meditating, it's a really, really powerful tool. And it can be used for many things, for business, for sports, for regular life, deal with people, for many things.
I have never tried to meditate, so I'm uneducated on this field. I have noticed something for me that is, if I'm feeling happy for long periods of time, not like today,
yes,
but for like months and months, I get to lose weight, I run better, everything works in my life. Work is great, family is great, kids, wife, everything is amazing. If I'm overburdened with tasks, recently I started another business, so all the problems in the world are on top of me, so I gain weight again, I stop running, I start arguing maybe with family members, and life deteriorates for me.
Yes.
So that's something that I've noticed now, and I'm becoming a little bit more concerned about me and my wellness, So maybe that's something that I should also look at, meditation. And
yes, what you said it's very common to most of the people, especially in the West world. So we are in a society where that pushes us to perform, to do more money, to do more business, to go always do more and more and more.
Just like you said.
Yes. In reality, this is the mind world. We should look for what is in the heart, what is your real self somehow, your soul wants. Maybe it's to inspire other people to run, money is not necessarily the main thing somehow. When you have enough and you are happy, it's way better to have a happy life and with a family and be around that go for money. But everything is a choice in life. But the thing, when you hear your voice, your inner voice from the heart chakra, everything changes, because your real self wants something else. So you see the difference. Society push me for more business, or I want to buy a second house, third house, whatever. I want to buy Maserati, whatever it is, Ferrari.
I would like to.
yes. So, but this is mostly somehow like a mental desire somehow. If you are connected with your real essence, maybe the message is different. And it also takes courage to follow the heart somehow. The real, if you really follow the heart, everything in your life works for the better.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest way, I have to say, because sometimes you feel a message and you cannot really accept. Let's say maybe the message is kind of, okay, slow down, don't go for the Maserati, whatever it is, but you are pushed because we are surrounded by vibration, by energy, by other people that consciously or unconsciously they guide us in a certain direction. When you meditate, you give yourself ownership to your own self. So you redirect yourself to the right way. What is the right way? And there is no right way in a common sense. It's the right way for you, for me, for Bharati, for Anandalari. Each of us is very special. Each of us has a completely different mission here on earth to do, and it's very interesting to discover this thing and to go with the flow, you know.
Yeah.
Normally when problem starts, it's because we go against the normal flow. We go against our inner message, consciously or unconsciously. But if you learn to hear this subtle voice and you go together with it, then everything is okay. You are happy, everything works. So.
But then also, just to add, like it is clear for us, but to add that money is not problem at all. And actually we need, and of course, you know, when you want to run in New York, you want to run in Sofia, you need lots of money. But you get peace. From meditation, you get peace.
Yeah.
Peace of mind, peace inside. And it's very, very precious that you have troubles, you have problems, you have struggles, but you love yourself, you love your family, you love your dear ones, and it helps to go through these problems and struggles.
Meditation, sorry.
No, as a matter of fact, if people want to do money, if you meditate, paradoxically, you can do more money.
Yeah.
Because you have a steady practice, they say, you know, punctuality and regularity. If you do this early in the morning, and many businessmen, many successful people, many podcasters, whatever, they do meditate. Especially I saw some podcaster in New York or whatever, and they wake up early, they do their meditation practice, and then they go for the money, for the success, whatever, and it works.
Yeah.
Because this is what they really want, they really need, and so success come even more. But if they don't do it, if the practice fall apart, then you know you start to wake up late, then you hang out with wrong people, then you start drinking and so on, and then it's a domino effect, and your life get messed up, and it becomes more and more difficult to make money because you're out of balance. So you don't have clarity, as Anandalari said, it's not clear, so everything become more difficult. So in a way, if some person has a goal to make money or to become successful, whatever, meditation actually help.
But again, this is a difficult topic that sometimes it doesn't have to come, the money or this material success, and it doesn't mean that you are something doing wrong.
Yeah.
It's like effort counts, and we have different roles in life and different capacities, and also different like surrounding, different background, it's different in Bulgaria, it's different in Slovakia, different in Switzerland.
No. The Maserati is the same in Bulgaria. In Italy, the Maserati is a Maserati.
All right, thank you guys. I really feel we've transcended here this conversation, and I truly understand, you know, this is not just about running or records or chasing something. It's more than that, you know. The Sri Chinmoy organization and what he teaches is more than, you know, just doing a race. It's not like one foot in front of the other in this asphalt. It's about your life, right? So I know you guys are also very tired, and we have to cut it short here. I bet we can shoot for 10 days more, but I would like to finish with just two things. Bharati, can you once again repeat, when does the race happen? Where can people go and watch? And is there going to be a next year as well?
So we do the race in Sofia. The park is called Saint Peter and Pavel, and it starts on May 3rd, the 10-day race, and all the races finish on May 13th in the morning,
13th.
very early in the morning.
Okay.
So everybody can pass by, you know, they can see these guys. If it's up, I don't know if it's going to be up.
I think it's going to be released next Friday.
So maybe they
So
can
in
come.
the middle.
We have the website. It's called shrichinmoiraces.bg.
Okay.
There we publish results and pictures, interviews with the runners every day. We plan to have it, next year too.
Yeah.
So
Same season, May.
yes, it normally beginning of May. So we plan to do it then. Everybody is welcomed. These people are exceptional, but everybody can come to test if somebody is interested. Like for example, we have a runner. You see like good runner says maybe he can run the 6-day race, but his name is Ivan Stoyanov. He was running our marathon in Plovdiv, and he just showed up. He said, I want to do the 6-day race, and he did very well. And this year he's running 10-day race.
Nice.
So it's possible for everybody to try and to see. Yeah.
Okay, so one last final question again to you, but I'm gonna preface it like that. So you've been running for 20 years, Andrea, and you've been doing the Self-Transcendence race in New York for 20 years. Bardi, when are you gonna do the New York race?
Me?
Yeah.
The long race.
The
Oh
long
yeah,
one.
I'm missing out.
Bardi also ran the multi-day race.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
That's a difficult question. Many years ago, I did the 6-day race, and it was an amazing experience. A lot of time I was considering like this race, the long race. It's very tempting in many ways. It's scary, but also like the spirit around it. It's magical. It draws everybody.
Yeah.
So I was considering it, but it's something that I feel it has to come from within. Because it's so difficult. It takes so much effort, and you have to be sincere. As Ananda Lahiri said, not everybody is meant to do this, and self-transcendence can be done in different ways. I'm not saying no, but
Someday.
maybe someday.
He's organizing the race. This is amazing, absolutely amazing.
It's being part of it. Everybody has a part in life to play. Not everybody is the star, but if you're part of the community, it gives you a lot of satisfaction. If you have a moment, I just can add something about what you said about happiness, because every human being searches for happiness, and it depends where you search it. If you search it in the Maserati, you'll be happy for a couple of days, and then your neighbor will get the better Maserati, and then you're not so happy. This is you try to satisfy your desires, and you feel that you'll be happy.
Yeah.
But this is, you can do it, and Andrea said, if you practice meditation, you can be successful. But it's always the next desire you think it will
That's the
give
type
you.
1 fun. You get fun when you purchase it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, but meditation gives you a different kind of joy, and even life can be difficult. Like meditation, you don't escape life and you don't escape problems. You don't invite them, but they come to us one day, sometime or another. But we find the joy within. It's like a deeper joy, and outer circumstances cannot take it from us, because somebody can steal your Maserati and then you're unhappy. But when you have like inner peace that comes from meditation, people find it in different ways, but for example, we do it through meditation. Then it's something that you cannot lose. Something that stays.
Well, guys, thank you very much. I definitely enjoyed the last part of the conversation about self-discovery and the teachings of Sri Chinmoy. I am not inspired to run 31,000 miles, but I'm inspired to search into myself.
Maybe in the very end, maybe we could do some short meditation exercise that you can do maybe at home yourself. Do you want to maybe? We also organize the meditation classes, and like at the beginning, it's maybe good to, if someone is thinking of meditating, it's good to start reading some books written by true spiritual teachers is the best. And our teacher, Sri Chinmoy, he wrote over 1,500 books, 1,600 books, with many answers to all kinds of questions, with aphorisms, poems, spiritual plays, and talks. And songs. And so there is some guidance that we can do, like for at the beginning, and then maybe we get like an idea where we want to go, what we want to do.
How do we do this?
Okay, let's do something.
All right.
Because there are, this meditation class takes few weeks, or yes, but we can
have
do
like
one.
a minute or two.
Yes, yes. Okay, 1 minute. So for every meditation, we are trying to sit straight. We are not, because sometimes people are lying down, but it's good to sit straight on one hand. On the other hand, we are relaxed. We are trying to be relaxed.
Okay.
And we can close our eyes, we can leave them open, whatever is good for us. Hands we can keep however we want. Just our back is straight. And what we will do, we try to focus on our breathing. We try to observe how we breathe in, how we breathe out. We are observing how the air is entering into us, how it is leaving us. We are trying to watch our breathing. And we are trying to breathe as slowly as possible. But it should be still, it should be very comfortable for us. And through the nose. We are trying to breathe through the nose. And when we catch ourselves that we are thinking of something else, we always come back to observing our breathing. We are aware how we are breathing, that we are breathing. Now we can try to imagine that we are not breathing through the nose, but through the heart, through the place where we are pointing at ourselves when we are showing that we did something or it's me. It's not the physical heart, it's the spiritual heart. And it's the place where we can feel our soul the easiest. So we are trying to imagine that we are breathing through the place in the middle of our chest, through our heart, and we are breathing out also through this place. We can try to imagine that. Because it is shortened version, we try now, which otherwise we would observe it for longer. We try to imagine that we are breathing in not air, but peace. With each breath that that enters into us, is filling us with peace. We can repeat mantra Om together 3 times. Mantra can be syllable or 1 word or few words, sentence, few sentences, and it's something that helps us to go deep inside or bring forward something beautiful to the fore from deep inside. So we can repeat it together 3 times, and this will be the end, like shortened version of the meditation exercise, or more, this is like a concentration exercise more. So this was short version.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, when you said that we need to imagine our peace like a breath in the chest, I was thinking of how happy I am that my kids managed to see this, to experience this as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the race course.
Yes,
Please.
you look forward.